Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yo, Mr. Dream It, Believe It, Become It.
You see it.
What's happening? What's happening today?
Fantastic. Another day in the office. Fantastic media workout. You know, we brought the energy.
Yeah, I saw it.
And like I always say, Anthony has a collective of people around him.
Yeah.
It's all love. And love is our power. And we're powerful.
Okay.
So whoever's coming,
That's it.
know that that's what you're facing.
Right. Fight week. Are you guys looking to go the distance, or is Anthony looking to do the knockout? I know you can't give us too much of your plans, but
I can.
Okay.
I can give you to me.
Right.
Because you know, it's like I always say, I've never trained, Tunde Ajayi has never trained anybody to go points.
Okay.
It's just not in my nature.
Right.
Because from where I come from, the man them, they're sitting in the barber shops.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the food shops.
Right.
And when they're watching boxing, all they want to see is a KO. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
You know, the boxing will be playing, and if there's a point, all of a sudden everybody becomes Teddy Atlas.
Yeah.
They say you're rubbish. So I've just had the mindset that it's a KO. I've always had that mindset, and you know what? It must be working because we're 17-0 with 16 knockouts. Right. Everybody who Anthony has faced has touched the floor. One of them, he got away, but that was an early test in Anthony's career. But he still got knocked down twice. So KO is my philosophy, and we're looking to do the same thing Saturday night.
Wicked. How hard have you trained him this camp? I mean, have you pushed him to the limits, or have you guys been mid-work session?
Well, I love when people ask me this question because I said it from the very start. Myself and Anthony, we have the same mindset. And luckily for me, call it serendipity or whatever you want to call it, Anthony pushes himself to the limit.
Okay.
I push myself to the limit. You see the videos, trainers got to train.
That's stamina for sale.
Stamina for sale, and it's for sale, it's not free. You have to work for it, you know, and so I never have the job of pushing Anthony. It's really remote control. Anthony wants to be the best. Anthony is obsessed with progression, and that's why me and him work so well. I have a system of boxing which is infinite. Anthony can never stop learning and never will stop learning, and the two of us fit like a hand and glove.
Right, your friends over, a lot of people are wanting to know, including myself, is that fight with Buatsi, though it keeps coming up, is that fight ever going to happen, or?
Well, listen.
Can business be done with Eddie Hearn?
I don't know. First is this. We're not here to talk about Joshua Buatsi.
Right.
That's the first thing.
Cool.
Secondly, we are ranked #1 in the world.
Right.
It's about levels. Canelo Alvarez, who's a world champion, does not talk about his next fight being for the Mexican title. He's a champion. And so we are at a certain level now in our careers where we don't look back. And that's no disrespect to my man. We're above him in all facets. If I'm looking at anyone, which I don't, I'll be looking at all the current world champions, because there's 4. Baturviev, Bivol, Kovalev, and there's one more, Volstik. Those are the guys I'm looking at. But you never know. Listen, it's like I tell people, you can't rush Tunde Ajayi.
That's it.
You can't rush us. If I listen to what the people said, we would never be here. It took a mindset of myself to withstand the barrage of pressure. But as they say, good athletes perform under pressure. But guess what they also say? Great managers perform under pressure. So we know the story. I've said it over and over again. Anthony had 12 amateur fights. Even the guys below us have had more experience than us. But I'm like, what's the rush? These are both young men from the UK. You saw last week or was it the week before? 2 British fighters had a pay-per-view show in Eubanks and the girl. So it happens.
What was your opinion on that fight?
I didn't watch it.
Okay.
I only watched my brethren. Sorry for the language.
It's alright, go for it, man.
I only watched Andre.
Okay.
Because we were working with Andre for the fight, and I was so happy for him. You know, he's a hard worker. Yeah. Again, he's been thrown in the deep end with no amateur experience, hardly any. Yeah. Some of these guys been boxing since 6, 7 years old. Yeah. You know, and I was so happy for him. It was like it was me fighting.
Yeah, you used to be a fighter.
Trust me, and yeah, you know, we're just on a certain level where I can't look back, but you can't, you know, just forget about it. You can't just pretend it's not there. Yeah. If he keeps on doing what he's doing and we keep doing what we're doing, which we are gonna, then let's see. But right now it's Saturday night. Yeah. We got a task in front of us. Okay. And we're very focused.
Couple more questions before I go. Anthony, do you and Anthony think about unification? Belt for belt?
That's what we always said. We always said it. Go back and watch the tapes. Yeah. That was our focus from the very beginning. I even said it before. I said it before I started training.
Dream it, believe it,
become it.
That's it.
I said it. I wrote the letter to Robert Smith, and I told him years ago, 20 years ago, I'm gonna go down as a great trainer. And the fighter, I said it, the people who have come and gone, they know it. I said, whoever stays with me is gonna be a legend in the sport. And only time will tell, because everything is time.
You have another fighter, Bilal.
Yes.
Talk to me about him.
Very excited for him. Again, I told you I got a system. Only 3 amateur fights. Anthony had 12 amateur fights. And it's like I always joke, aesthetically he looks nothing like Anthony. Right. It is like, I call him the Asian Mr. Bean. Okay. But let me tell you something. Tunde Ajayi is saying it. Bilal's gonna do something special in boxing. And he's another one. He's gonna shock a lot of people. So I'm very excited for him. Coach Ade Oliyinka is looking after him, and it's exciting times for Stamina for Soul.
Well, thank you very much, Tunde Ajayi, for the interview. We'll catch up soon again, and good luck on the weekend.
And can I just say,
go on.
You see me, I'm a man, because of where I'm coming from, I support everyone that's coming from the get-go. And you see it. When you post me, my posts, I always comment.
That's it.
This isn't no get rich and then, or get famous and then you forget about where you come from. Because I remember when I was in a barbershop 20 years ago, my brethren Sean, sorry, I'm going back to the road again. I remember I was in a barbershop and I remember saying to Sean Blackwood in the barbershop in Peckham, I said, Sean, watch. When we get up there, I'm going to always salute the guys that are coming up because I know how hard it is. Yeah. And I know our job is to be a light for the community, you know, because there's a lot of madness going on. Exactly. And the mans them need to see that it's not about where you start, it's about where you progress to. It's like I say, your day ones could be stopping you from getting to day 2. That's it. So sometimes you have to make the decision to just walk away and be positive. So that's the message, and I thank you again for the interview.
One more thing.
You see, you told me one more, but now, see,
you just reminded me. Talk to me. No more videos until the fight's done. What's going on?
You see, this is what I'm trying to say. This is championship boxing. Right. But what I always say is that you don't need to go around with some screw face for the whole year. Right. Boxing is one night. I'm focused. Nobody don't need to tell me about how to do my job. It's obviously I'm doing something right because everybody's here to see Andy Young. But there has to be a cut-off point. Right. The good book says there's a time for play, there's a time for fun, but there's a time for war. It's fight time. And so, but don't worry, Saturday morning.
Well, give me one for Friday. Give me one for Friday so I can upload it for Friday. No.